Welcome to Comically Comics, your one-stop listen to all things comics. We're talking books, movies, TV shows, video games, and more. I must forewarn you, though, we are a spoiler cast, and what that means is we consider all properties, past, future, and present, to be valid, and we will spoil the hell out of them. I'm your host, Michael, along with my two co-hosts, Richard and Jeremy, and with all that being said, let's get started. All right, it is July 20th, and since we were in between movies for July, we decided that, actually, Jeremy had seen this done at a Dude Perfect show. And so I am going to hand the mic over to Jeremy. No, that's literally what I said.
Yeah, no, it's what I said too.
Unless you got kids that are in that generation, which I know, Michael, you have kids that are, but it's just, you got to know like what they're watching and stuff like that. But yeah, they're a good group. It's a group called Dude Perfect. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there other than the old fuddy-duddies on this podcast that know who they are. You can obviously find them on YouTube, on all kinds of stuff. And we had taken my son for his birthday. He had a recent birthday, and he loves Dude Perfect. And if you don't know, the general premise is the way they started was making trick shots. And recording those and putting those up on YouTube. So making all the like impossible basketball shots or doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's grown. They've been together for, they said 16 years now, working on it. And they've gotten to where they're doing tours and things like that. So they had one coming into Dallas. And so, like I said, it was right around his close to his birthday. So that was his birthday present. And they have different bits that they do, and they have ones that are, it's called Cool or Not Cool, where they come up with some kind of invention and you vote to see, like, say if it's a cool invention or not cool invention, stuff like that. And then the one that they did on this, they have another bit that they call the top 10, where they create a top 10 on the fly or planned, whatever, of certain things. Well, the theme of their tour was a hero tour. So they did their top 10 heroes, revolving around comics, movies, whatever out there.
Yeah, all of media.
And they started, everything. And so I thought maybe it would be fun to see, because obviously they had some superheroes in there, and to get our own top 10 going and kind of debate and call them out on their top 10. And
these guys are in trouble.
Yes. The main guy, Tyler, is the one that really did this. And so, we'll see what he has to say.
Oh, the nerddom here is strong. We got this, guys. I'm just letting you know.
Yes.
So the way that I figured we would do this is we'll start from number 10, work our way up to 1.
All right.
And I will give you their hero that they put in that particular position. And we can debate it, see what we think about those, and then we can give, each one of us created our own top 10, and we will say who we put in those positions and see how all this plays out.
Awesome. I have some honorable mentions. Should we save those till we get to like number 1 or something like that?
Save those to the end. That's
Okay.
typically what you do for those.
Okay, good.
Yeah. That's
Just
what I would
just wanted to clarify before we got going.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Right?
Okay. All right. Getting us started off. Dude Perfect's number 10 is Thor.
Mm.
And they
Doth
had him.
mother know thou weareth her drapes?
Sure, I should have pulled a boo.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't pull any boo. I don't have any boos here.
Thor.
Yeah.
Did they give a reason why? Do you remember a reason why?
That was longer than 30 seconds ago.
Right.
So for me, remembering their reasonings, but you can forget that.
I mean, Thor is worthy of Mjolnir, so like there's
Yeah.
something there. But I guess it also depends on like which version of Thor we're talking about here. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume it's all the MCU versions of these people. Like it's not the comic book version of Thor. I think it's gonna be Chris Hemsworth version of Thor.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that, if you're going off of that, to me, yes, it would knock him down a few. I don't think
100?
he yeah, probably. Especially if you go off of the last one. But like, yeah, so the one, like for me, in reading the comics, like whenever we talked about oh my gosh, the name of the comic that we read for Love and Thunder.
Thor, God of Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have, yeah. Anyways. Moving on. In reading that, like, I mean, I really enjoyed that. Now, granted, I mean, it was a whole story that bumped him up there, but yeah, I think he could have been a little higher than number 10.
Yeah. I mean, you at least got to see the progression of Thor in that story from, young man to King Thor at that point, so, and there's definitely a story arc there of his life, but he's not there in the MCU. So,
yeah. He gets in the comics, there's the Odin Force, and then he will eventually get what's called the Thor Force. And that's when he's like god tier, like uber powered. So until then, I don't really find him all that cool. I'm not a big Thor guy to begin with, to be honest with you. But I like the portrayal of Chris Hemsworth. I think he does a good job, but like, he wouldn't make my top 10.
Yeah. Because then thinking about him like God level, I still think that like if you put him up against Storm, who I think is a fantastic character, like I think that would be a really good fight. You know what I mean? It's
Very
like
interesting that you mentioned that. Very interesting that you mentioned that.
There may be a reason why I did mention that.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, when you kind of put him up against Storm, it's like, I don't know. That'd be an interesting fight.
Who canonically for the MCU in the What If series was a Thor.
That's true too. Yep. She's not a god, but she was looked at as one.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, who wants to go first as far as their 10?
I mean, I can go ahead and give mine since I'll be the one to start us off. I put Iron Man.
Really?
It's number 10.
There's going to be
which version?
Words will be had tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought there might be a little issue with that one, but I kind of most of mine's basing off of MCU because we haven't necessarily read a dedicated Iron Man comic.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he's been in some, but mine's based off of MCU.
Okay. I think there's a good argument to be had there with that version of Iron Man. Spoiler alert, Iron Man did not make my top 10.
Really?
Right?
Spoiler alert, Iron Man did not make my top 10. Which I think yours is more shocking than mine.
I would say, like Iron Man is a top 5 character of mine. Like, that's one of my favorite characters. But as far as like greatest superheroes or best heroes or whatever, like he's battled with addiction and other things throughout his time as a Marvel character. So that kind of keeps me from like adding him and putting him in my top 10. So
I will say Robert Downey Jr. could make my top 10, but comic Iron Man is a giant asshole. So I don't know if I want him on my top 10, but I like the Robert Downey Jr. version of Iron Man a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, definitely the self-sacrificial at the very end, the story arc that he had from first to beginning.
Right.
Fantastic story. Like, I could totally see MCU making somebody's top 10, but he just did not make mine. However, the person that did make my top 10 was Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Okay, cool.
That is my number 10 right there. I'm just saying.
Sweet.
Even though he doesn't know anything?
Hey, started from the bottom, now we here, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
he's off in the woods doing God knows what else.
Living his life the way he wants to live it at this point in time. I'm just saying, went from a bastard to a king to out in the woods.
Yeah.
Down by the river in a van.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about Game of Thrones characters. I did think of like other media characters, but most of them are just comic book characters. And anyway, that's a cool pick. I actually like that because I like Jon
Yeah.
Snow a lot as well.
I think it was one of the most virtuous ones in Game of Thrones.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, he didn't want the throne.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Yeah. So,
Maybe one day we'll see him as Black Knight.
oh, that'd be nice.
Well, if you're done, I'm going to move on to my top 10.
Yeah.
Or not my top 10, my 10th slot. I picked Peter Rasputin, aka Colossus.
Nice. Okay.
I've always liked Colossus as a kid growing up. A lot of these were picked because, like, growing up as a kid, I like learned of them and I was like, oh, that character's so cool, kind of thing. Colossus, you know, obviously he can turn his skin into metal. Typically in the comics, it's like an organic metal, so Magneto can't fuck with him. He's just a cool guy. He's a lawful good type character.
Yeah.
So he's my top 10, or not my top 10. He's my 10th pick.
Most of the time, a gentle giant. I think
Yes.
the Ultimate Universe seems to be making him out to be a villain, though. So that's kind of interesting. to
Yeah,
see what
that is
they
true.
do with that.
Yeah.
But in general, I would think, you know, the historical Colossuses we've all known to love and stuff like that. So I like it. That's a cool pick.
All right, so we're ready to move on to number 9.
This will be a fun one. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what y'all say about mine.
All right. So, Dude Perfect's number 9, Hulk.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Really?
No. Well, because like there's too much going on there with Hulk. Like the different personalities. Like everybody wants to see Worldbreaker Hulk. Everybody wants to see like that's what everybody wants as far as Hulk. They want him to rage out. Like, is he like heavy tier level as far as power? Yes, absolutely, absolutely
Yeah.
can be. But like, does that make a great hero though? I don't know. Like,
Yeah. No, he's definitely not like he's definitely got some issues. Like he needs to
Right.
he needs to clearly see a therapist. But like I don't know if his like the Dude Perfect people were picking necessarily true like lawful good type people or just their favorite heroes. But
that's true.
regardless, I Hulk is a big fan or Hulk has, I don't know why, that was my dyslexia kicking in. Hulk has a lot of fans for some reason. And
Yeah.
I could easily see that being on a top 10 list for a lot of
Yeah.
people.
I see people like relating to Hulk and just everybody has those rage out moments.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could see that. A lot of, you know, I see a lot of kids who love the Hulk and, you know, kind of go from there.
Yeah. I mean, because honestly, like the first time that I showed my boys the Avengers, the original Avengers movie, and Hulk bashes Loki, I think we had to watch that at least 10 times, even before finishing the movie.
I mean, it
So,
is.
I mean-
it is a funny scene.
It is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. And that one's kind of another iffy one as far as I agree as far like it's a big fan favorite and he's got a big following, but yeah, I'm not, spoiler alert, he didn't make mine. So,
Same.
yeah.
He did not make my top 10 either.
Same.
All right. So my number 9 is actually where my Twitch tag came from. Toothless.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is a weird list. There were really no rules to this list. I literally went, all right. I mean, that's cool. I like Toothless. He's
Yeah.
like a weird cat, dog, dragon thing.
I don't feel like I know
He
enough
is.
about the character, but like from what I have seen, I mean, he seems like a cool dragon. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really cool. Like I said, he's where I get my tag from. He's a Night Fury dragon.
Which you don't even
And,
spell right.
Well, yes, I know.
You spell it with a K.
I do. But it comes from night. But yeah, so he's cool. He's always out there defending everybody, and he's fast. And he's really cool.
okay. I do want to make a comment in the sense I think Richard, you just made a comment about how there was no rules to this.
Mhm.
We actually did invoke one rule where you couldn't have anti-heroes.
Yes.
So no Wolverines, no Punishers, things like that. Moon Knight would not like that. So with that being said, that was a rule that we made, and that goes kind of with my number 9, which the way that I was looking at him wasn't an anti-hero, but I could see a debate for this. I went with V for Vendetta.
Oh, that is absolutely an
Ooh.
anti-hero.
I see. I don't think he is. though.
No,
don't look
you know
at
what?
him.
I should have pulled up I had the definition of anti-hero. That like he falls right into that, but that's fine. We can do that. I was hoping maybe we could do another top 10 like anti-hero picks maybe later on in a later episode. But no, I got beef with you there. That's an anti-hero for sure.
I think it was because it was a whole like tyrannical government, and that was who the enemy was, and that's the only reason why. Like,
Right. Anti-hero doesn't mean that they're the bad guy. It just means that they don't do like they work outside the law. They usually don't have like more good like the right side of being moral. In other words, they'll kill people and stuff like that. So I don't have the definition pulled up in front of me,
Yeah.
but that's essentially what he was telling me.
I got around the killing people part because I'm like, well, I mean, like we were talking about last week, like Spider-Man's killed people by accident. Now, I know V did it on purpose. Don't get me wrong. And like going outside the law, if you're going up against the government, like, of course you're outside the law, but it was the inspiration of the people is what drove me to that was like,
Yeah.
the bad guy was the government, and therefore you had to inspire the people, and he got the people to rise up. So,
Yeah,
but
I
like
mean-
I said, I know going into this, like I start thinking about it afterwards. I was having a really hard time with this list, by the way. So I was even lucky to get 10. But I was like, when I got done, I was like, I don't know who else to replace him with, so we're just gonna stick with V.
Yeah, and not like I could see the debate of like if the government is like if that law is clearly in the wrong, and you're rising up with the people to get to the actual morally correct way,
Right.
then yeah, I mean that I would agree with.
Per Googling this is yes, he is an anti-hero. It's saying he's
Oh,
morally
Google.
ambiguous methods. He has personal vengeance. He
I'll
operates
get the
outside the law. He is manipulative and ruthless. So
I'll give the what was it?
The personal,
Yeah, the personal
Yeah.
vengeance. That's the one that probably takes it over for me. Yeah.
because to me, V is like his story is almost the same as like Deadpool in the first Deadpool movie. Like,
It does look a lot. Yeah. It does look
Yeah.
a lot like the same. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Who would I replace it with, though? Go ahead and go, Richard.
Okay.
And I'll think. If there's somebody else that comes to mind, then I'll replace mine.
Again, I picked most people that were like truly lawful good, and I just find either their powers are cool or they themselves are cool. This is one of those characters, and this is why he's maybe number 9. Matter of fact, he kind of, I think, should have been number 10, but his powers alone are cooler than Colossus's, so that's why I bumped him to number 9. But it's Plastic Man. He's not cool at all, but his powers, he's basically like he can do anything. Like he can turn himself into a fucking bomb. He can do whatever. He's like way better than Mr. Fantastic or Elongated Man or anything like that. He can stretch and do all this stuff, but he can also like turn himself into like mechanical moving parts.
Yeah.
I think his powers are cool to me.
Interesting.
See, this is what I was honestly really hoping for too, because I mean, me, like, I just have a very narrow, like, view of what I mean, knowing heroes and
Mhm.
things like that. So I don't know who Plastic Man is really. So,
Yeah.
so I just interested to see which ones had other ones and thinking other outside the box ones.
I'm willing to bet that we will see Plastic Man in a James Gunn led movie at some point.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's being that abstract and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely a weird, like, I don't know, maybe C-list character.
Mm-hmm.
Made it to the Flash at one point in time. I think it was either Plastic Man or Elongated Man. I get them confused.
You talking about the TV show?
Yes.
It was Elongated Man.
It was Elongated Man. Okay. I think Plastic Man has made it on the Brave and the Bold cartoon with Batman in it. Those are interesting cartoons, by the way. You get his backstory. But yeah, Plastic Man, that's an interesting one. I like it.
Did you have another pick for your number 9?
No, I
Okay.
can't. No, I struggled to come with 10.
Okay. I was waiting to see if that was coming through too. All right then. So moving to number 8 from Dude Perfect, Captain Underpants.
Who?
That's the Who one for you?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like,
Okay.
who the fuck is Captain Underpants? Is it?
Honestly, I don't really know either. Like I've
Okay.
seen his picture, but I don't know much about him.
So
I've heard
what,
of him before.
So what I do know of Captain Underpants, and this is only because my son, he is a fan of Captain Underpants. He's watched the cartoon, he's watched the movie. I don't think he's read any of the books though. But Captain Underpants is these two kids. They're big in the comic books. They started writing a comic book where Captain Underpants, but they wound up making him in like for real life. And I don't know the origin of Captain Underpants, but essentially it's their principal who is like he's just a real hard ass on the kids. And I can't remember if he just gets splashed with water or if he hits his head or what, but he turns into Captain Underpants. And he walks around in freaking whitey tighties and a cape, and he saves the day. And then at the end of the episode or at the end of the movie or the book or whatever, he gets splashed with water or hit again, and he turns back into the principal and knows no different. So
really?
it's just episodic like that. So yeah, it's their teacher or their principal.
Well, so does he just never bathe, or like, I mean,
Ew.
or does he?
I could be
Well, I mean,
completely
like-
wrong here. So like I can't remember. I feel like there is something with water though, or like.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I got you.
But I could be completely wrong. So, but I do know it's the principal, and that he has no memory of being Captain Underpants.
Huh? Does he have any kind of like superpowers necessarily? you know?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Again,
So he just
very
just runs
lacking.
He runs around in his
he
underwear.
just runs around like
Yeah.
and that just scares
So-
people off anyway.
Yeah, he's just a predator at this point. He's just a sex pest, is what we're saying, learning. Congratulations, dude. Perfect.
You may- oh, that's funny.
Oh man.
Cool.
All right. So my number 8, it was actually Thor on this one.
Really?
Yeah, I did put him in there because I mean I still like Thor, even though like just take away the last movie completely, and so I just that was just a one off. We're just gonna forget that one happened. So yeah, I think his powers are cool. Obviously, controlling lightning and everything, and I obviously like his hammer. So he made my number 8.
Nice. All right then. We've already discussed Thor. So
Yeah.
my number 8 with a longtime favorite of mine, Indiana Jones.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Richard thinking.
No. I love. Are you kidding me? I love Indy. As a kid, I had a little fedora and like bullwhip and would like run
Nice.
around and like whip things in our backyard.
You went as Indiana Jones for Halloween.
I
one year.
did. I forgot about that. Yeah, a fat Indiana Jones did.
Retired one.
Yeah, he was retired. It was the modern day one with the old Harrison Ford. No, I like
think
that.
Indiana Jones is a great pick. I mean, for me, anyways. I mean, fighting Nazis, grabbing historical relics, taking them back
Yeah.
to wherever they need to be. They need to be in a museum, things like that. So,
Yeah, I like that. My number 8 pick, and this is so I picked The Flash,
okay.
but I specifically picked the Justice League Unlimited series, Wally West Flash, because that's the one I grew up with. For the longest time, I always thought the Flash was just a guy who could run really fast. And it wasn't until that cartoon that I knew that he could like vibrate his molecules and phase through things and create like tornadoes by like twirling his hands around really fast. He could go back in time and all that stuff. So there's going to be a theme going on is I like people with powers and they end up using them in cool ways. So
Okay.
that's why he's my number 8 pick.
Did Metamorpho make your list?
Metamorpho did not.
Oh.
I did think about it, but I thought there were cooler people to me.
Nice. All right.
Oh,
Then.
cool. Well, all right. So number 7. And this one I was not for. But this one they put Let It Go, Elsa.
Let it
In-
go. Let it go.
The Disney bots
I
are going to
sound
come
nowhere
after.
near her. We're not getting anything. Come on now.
The Disney bots are going to come after us. I'm telling you. They look like the Sentinels from the Matrix. They're just
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's Agent Smith.
This one came up and I was like, what? Like, what? This is whenever I was like, Captain Underpants was like the start of, okay, what are we doing here? And then we hit Elsa and I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, what this is just ridiculous. But yeah, so I definitely did not agree with that one.
No, that chick's got problems.
Yeah.
She talking about somebody needs to see a therapist. Oh, that first movie, she needs to see a therapist bad.
she, like, again, if we're going, like, it seems like their list was just people that they thought were cool. Clearly they picked it because it's a little kid show. I get that. But like, I've always been on the side of I like anything with ice powers. I think ice powers are always really cool. When growing up, in Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero was one of my favorite characters to play as. Matter of fact, there may or may not be an ice powered person on my list coming up. But yeah, so I'm going to defend her. Yeah, she does have some issues. Understandably so, though, in my opinion, because like of the whole bullshit that goes on around in that movie. To be honest with you, I can't remember off the top of my head because I've only seen it like once, and I never saw the sequel, so I don't know.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, well, I don't have kids, so
Yeah, no, I get it, but I'm just saying. Oh, my daughter has worn that movie out.
Both of them are just.
Yeah, anything else? She is just.
What?
Yeah.
Well, no, I meant both daughters.
Oh no! The oldest was way too. Yeah, no.
Oh.
The youngest.
So my number 7 was Batman, and this is one that I was curious about because I didn't know, and I was kind of. This is like what Michael had said about V as far as being an anti-hero, and I didn't know if Batman because he quote unquote doesn't kill. Yeah, we all know that everybody he's beat to death basically is dead. But like he doesn't necessarily stick to the straight and narrow type thing. He doesn't stay lawfully good.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure, and I didn't know if that would be up for debate or not.
I think there's an argument to be made there about him being a vigilante, but at the same time, like I would consider him to be a hero. I know that he does work outside the law, so like there's that strike against him. Like, you know what I mean? Like being a vigilante, that goes against the law. And then also we're talking about earlier with the V for Vendetta, like he does have like a personal grudge, like his parents were murdered, and that was the whole reason like he went into being Batman.
Yeah.
So I think the reason Batman, spoiler alert, did not make my list was because like Batman is the best at everything almost, except for being like a parent and a team player. And it's not until he's just like, fuck, guys, I need y'all. Come on, help me. That like he calls in the Bat family. And I'm just like, you know what? You really need to be a better leader than this, Bruce. Okay. You have all these people at your disposal just waiting ready for you.
like,
And you never
all
use them. And
these people, because the Bat family is so fucking huge. Yeah, he didn't make my list truthfully, before we made the no anti-heroes rule, he was my number 2. So I was like, well, shit. I don't necessarily consider him an anti-hero. I did a lot of like research. Most things are saying that he is not, but I took him out of the list because he is so like on a knife's edge of being considered an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Again, they say most places say that he is not an anti-hero, but still, I just took him out to make this more fun and interesting.
I got you.
I think the biggest thing is like he's always for justice. Like he always like he doesn't go with the intent of killing, and like he wants justice.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I think there is a case to be made there. Okay. So first off, you said something about the Matrix earlier, and that was one that I kept playing around with as well. I was like, oh, Neo, that would be really cool. And I was like, I'll replace V with Neo. And I'm like, that's kind of the same. Like he works outside the law. He does his own thing. Killing people's fine. I don't know.
He didn't really kill people. He killed
agents.
He killed programs.
Yeah. Right.
So I think, honestly, Neo is a true blue hero.
Is better than V.
Oh, absolutely better than V.
Well, we'll say Neo then. I could go with Neo. I can get down with Neo. However, we're at number 7 now.
Yes.
So my number 7 hero, greatest hero, would be Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
To sit there and go away from like all the traditions of Themyscira to like sit there and be a hero for everybody else. I think that's like one of the definitions of being a hero. So, yep, going with Wonder Woman.
Thank God. Finally, someone picked a woman to the sausage party. Jesus.
They had Elsa. I didn't even know that was. I didn't even know that was the same spot.
That's right.
I haven't looked at the list.
You know what's funny is my number 7 is also a woman. It's Storm. It's Storm.
Yes!
I love Storm, especially the X-Men like 90s cartoon 97 Storm. I want so bad for them to do that version of Storm for the movies because I love her like theatrical of like I summon the elements of the earth and whatever she creates like a tornado. I love her powers. I've always loved her powers. I think she's a cool character. I love Mohawk Storm.
Yes.
I think that's her coolest look.
Yes.
But yeah, Storm is my number 7 pick.
That's an awesome one. I love that one.
Yeah, I like her too. She's a lot of fun, and she's got some cool. To kind of throw in the Marvel Rivals thing, she's got some cool costumes in that as well. I really enjoyed seeing her in. So I didn't think about her. I was trying to like go through all those, which I should have. There's a lot of X-Men stuff I should have gone through.
Poor Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. So moving on to number 6. And I guess this is one where it won't be making our list because of the hero versus anti-hero thing. They're Dude Perfect's number 6, Wolverine.
Which, I mean, Wolverine, I think, usually makes everybody's top 10, top 5 like characters. I mean, the 90s cartoons kind of put him over the edge. Like he's just been one of those characters ever since he debuted.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah, he was my number 5 slot as well. So,
and to clarify out there, he is anti-hero.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
Like
I mean, to a T.
But yeah,
I think when he's with the X-Men, he's more straight and narrow, but that's only because like he's an X-Men at that point in time. But like if he's outside the X-Men, it's like,
I mean,
no, but this my rules now.
His powers are stabbing people. Of course he's an anti-hero.
Well, really his power is healing, but yes.
No, I knew you were going to say that, but yes, no, but I'm just saying like he runs around with like 6, I don't know, kitchen knives strapped to his fists, stabbing people. Of course he's an anti-hero.
I mean, think about like as a kid, I never knew about his healing ability. Like that was not a thing. Like even watching the cartoon, like it just never dawned on me. Like he's a mutant because of his healing ability. It was always because like the motherfucker has knives in his hand, like Kruger. Like what do you mean? Like that's why he's a mutant. Who
Yeah.
else has knives for hands?
He also like he never really kills anybody because it's a kid's cartoon. Like he'll destroy like a sentinel, but like most of the time he gets like blasted out of the fight or something,
Right.
so where he can't like actually stab anybody with his claws.
That's funny. But this is another one where I think like what you had said, Richard, about Elsa is like this one's kind of playing to the kids and the fans type thing, and
Yeah.
what you again agreeing with you, Michael, as far as it's a big. He's just obviously everybody's going to name Wolverine as one
Yeah.
of theirs kind of thing. Seems like so.
Well, and that's probably something too, like you were just mentioning with the crowd. You can't just throw up obscure characters in a giant crowd of people and everybody be
yeah.
like, "Woo, yeah!"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
We'll throw a plastic man and be like,
Right.
oh, okay.
right? Quicksilver, yeah.
I feel like characters from the movies they would know absolutely. The Captain Underpants one got me though, because I'm like, do people really know? Like, am I just
Well,
under a rock? Like,
That's a big kids thing.
I can't.
yeah,
I guess
I was about to say there's a
I
bunch
like-
of kids. Like even mine were like, yeah,
maybe I'm just old, but I expected like Quail Man or something, or like Underdog or whatever. Like,
oh yeah, that would have been a good one too.
I'm very surprised they didn't go with Dogman. Like I feel
Yeah,
like that's
that's-
another popular one, especially with the
Uh-huh.
movie just coming out. Like I feel like
Dogman? I don't-
Dogman would have been
Oh,
one.
you haven't heard of that one either?
no, I don't know what that is.
Oh god, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big one too.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
My
I don't know what
oldest
that
has
is.
like read like all the books, all of them.
Huh?
So yeah,
Weird.
and there's a lot of them.
Who's your number 6?
Yeah, my sorry, my number 6 is Spider-Man.
Oh. Oh.
There are
Tom
many.
Holland. Tom Holland.
Okay. So
Oh,
Peter
so
Parker,
it's
Tom
Peter
Holland.
Parker. I that's what I mainly meant. Peter Parker. Or,
okay.
or Miles or
Oh,
Ben Wright,
I
like-
guess
I almost trolled y'all and picked all the different Spider-Men. I was just gonna have my top 10 of all the different Spider people.
that'd have been awesome. But yeah, Peter Parker. I mean, just because again, I know we have the Into the Spider-Verse ones now, and a little bit peaks here or there, Miles, but yeah, mostly what I know is Peter Parker. So yeah, that's who I would be going with.
I felt like I needed to put Spider-Man on this list for like the criteria that I was hitting. Like Spider-Man, Superman, like I feel like those were the characters that like I needed to put on this list, but spoiler alert, neither one of those made it. And and so I went with Nightcrawler for my number 6.
I dabbled with Nightcrawler, but there were
I
other.
love him, like his religious background, his swashbuckling with swords. He can
Mhm.
do 3 at one time. Like he's just a really cool character, and I just like his attitude.
Yeah, no, he's a cool character. I like that pick a lot. I only reason I didn't pick him was just because his power is just teleporting, and while he
Yeah.
does cool shit with it, I thought some of the other people I picked were cooler. My number 6 is John Stewart Green Lantern.
Yes,
That's my favorite Green Lantern. I love him so much.
that's a
And
good one.
yeah, he has the Green Lantern power. So whatever he can think of, as long as he has enough juice in the ring, he can make it. And anyway, he's one of my favorite Green Lanterns.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Any Green Lantern, honestly, except for maybe Guy. Like I feel like those are solid picks.
Yeah.
So do you think is he a hero or anti-hero?
I would consider him an anti-hero. The one that's in the movie right now is a hero, but
Yeah.
in the comics, he's absolutely an anti, because he is in a Red Lantern at some point.
He does become a Red Lantern at some point, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think Hal has wielded all the rings. at
Well,
one point in
yeah,
time as well.
but
He's gone back.
yeah, but he's also Hal's like claim to fame is he's the greatest Green Lantern that ever lived. So
Yeah.
like even though the whole parallax stuff happened and he wielded like every fucking ring that you can think. Did he wield a red ring? I don't think he did, because don't you have to murder someone to be a Red Lantern?
I don't know.
I
That's
thought you
interesting.
did. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was trying to think about the animated series and Razor. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if he murdered somebody.
Oh,
I think it
yeah.
was just hatred. I think you just had to be full of hate.
Yeah, but that may be because it was like a kid's show.
Yeah, that's true too. Anyways,
All right. Number 5 for Dude Perfect was Iron Man. So he made it up there a good ways in theirs.
yeah, MCU Iron Man. I mean, pretty sacrificial.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we're
Again,
going off of that,
That's obviously going to be a big hitter for the crowd because
Right.
everybody loves MCU Iron Man. Like,
Yeah.
and love like what you said. Richard loves Robert Downey Jr. playing that. So
Yeah,
I
matter of
think that
fact,
was a big.
Matter of
big
fact,
one.
I saw an interview with David Cornsweat talking about the first day he wore the Superman suit on set, and he came out of his like trailer or whatever, and there was a kid from one of the like members on staff or whatever that was dressed as Superman, and he came up to him and was like, "Hey, I see you're dressed as Superman. I'm dressed as Superman." And he's like, "Who's your favorite superhero?" And the kid was like, "Iron Man."
That's awesome.
yes, I like that kid already.
Yeah, no
So-
no notes on this pick. Like, I get
Yeah.
it. It's Iron Man.
Yeah, same here. So my number 5 is Albus Wolfric Brian Percival Dumbledore.
Which one's that?
Dumbledore?
Like the Dumbledore
Yes.
that like all us Muggles know.
Yes.
I'm just
Harry
trying
Potter,
to be clear
Dumbledore.
because that's all I am is a little Muggle over here.
Yeah.
I didn't know. You said all the different names, and I was like, "Is that
That's his
is-
full name.
Oh, I don't fucking know. Like, I thought it was didn't Harry Potter name his kid like after Dumbledore as well? So I was like, is that who you're talking about? Like, I don't know who you're
No.
talking about.
No.
Untapped potential.
No. His Dumbledore's full name is Albus Wolfric Brian Percival Dumbledore.
He did a solid by just going by the last name.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
God, can you imagine filling out paperwork like anything where you got to
After-
write your full name? Like, he's filling, like, he's running out of room. He's going to be like, I need another piece of paper.
But the man's also a wizard too, so he just flicks his wand, says some words, and then
Yeah,
that's on
true.
the paper anyways.
Yeah, that's true. I hate magic for that reason. It's such an easy way out of things.
No, yeah. He was mine.
Okay. I don't. Sure. I don't know that I have an argument against that. I mean,
Yeah.
principal of a wizarding school, and yeah. Okay.
He was kind of a
master-
bad principal when you think about it.
Well, see,
A
okay,
lot
so
of
yeah,
kids were getting in danger there.
yeah.
Like, I wouldn't.
That's always
like,
been
full
my
disclosure, if I had kids, I would not send them to Hogwarts. Like, kids are dying. Or like fucking like almost like there was that one ball during the like Quidditch match that like tried to murder
Oh.
Harry at one point. Like there's a
Well,
lot
that
of
was
dangerous shit going on there.
Yeah.
You had
That
a
was
what
because of a
traveling
house
around
elf.
school? A
Yeah.
basilisk?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, a giant fucking snake that can murder you by staring at you. Like,
Just another day. But yeah, I mean that's a debate that I have too that I could go on with for a while too. But yeah, we'll just leave it as he's my number 5, and we're gonna we'll save that for another time if we get there.
Well, I went with another metal superhero for number 5 because Dude Perfect had Iron Man. I didn't go for that reason, but I'm just saying. I went with Optimus Prime.
oh man,
Okay.
I dabbled with that Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's Optimus Prime. Come on.
Yeah.
Leader of the Autobots. Let's go.
Yes. No, I love that pick. I love me some
Yeah.
Optimus. My number 5, since we were mentioning Elsa earlier, I picked Iceman.
Hey, oh,
I
Bobby.
love ice powers and comic book Iceman, at least when I was growing up, like during the 90s when he became an Omega level mutant and
Mhm.
got his secondary mutation. The dude literally had his head cut off and he reformed his body using the moisture from the air. Like, he was like so like god tier powered. And anyway, I've always liked Iceman. I think his powers are cool. So yeah, Iceman's my number 5 pick.
I did not realize he was that powerful. That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they've nerfed him since then. But like growing up during the 90s, because I remember there was this comic. I still have this comic. It is like torn to shreds though. But it's when Emma Frost is like taken over his body, and she uses some of his like powers that he didn't know he could do. And anyway, she like wrecks house with it.
Wow. All right, then.
Nice. All right. So we've cracked the top 5, or cracked into the top 5. So there, Dude Perfect's number 4, Chuck Norris.
I should have picked Bruce Lee just to troll them on this one.
Which this goes back to the like, this is for kids. I'm like, do they even know who Chuck Norris is? Yeah. The guy from the Toto Gym commercials? Like,
absolutely. Texas Ranger.
I think that one was probably for all like the dads that were in there bringing their kids to see this show, maybe or something. I don't know. Or like at least the parents that know how big Chuck Norris got there for a while and everything.
Because how far are we away from like all those Chuck Norris memes of like,
oh yeah,
so and so does this, you know, or nobody does this, but you know, Chuck Norris does this or something. It was something along those lines of.
I honestly think those jokes are dead. I think if you were to say that to like Gen Alpha, they'd be like, "Who?"
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we've been like, it's not even like it's like on its way out. Like I think it's been done for a bit now.
It's dead.
It's
Jim.
been out. So my number 4 for this one was Flash, actually.
Cool.
And this was more like CW kind of Flash. That's
so Barry.
Yeah, Barry.
Gotcha.
That's what really I enjoyed that one a lot. I loved that TV show. It was a good show to me. So yeah, that one I really enjoyed him and watching him there.
Yeah, I like that one. That Barry's got a lot of heart. They did a really good job writing that one. He definitely needed to dump Iris, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah. That's CW. You got to have that drama stuff,
right?
Oh God, yeah. God. Anyway,
can Barry and Iris make it this week? And will Barry run fast enough? Tune in next week for the same story.
Every yes, it was Villain of the Week, and every episode usually ended with "Run, Barry, run."
Oh yeah, number 4.
Yes, 4.
I went with T'Challa. That is my number 4, the Black Panther.
I like that.
I do too.
Enough said.
Yeah. No.
yeah. I mean, it was really just like he's solidly in there.
Yeah. I didn't have him
the
on my
one
list.
character who Adam absolutely could have been on the Illuminati and said, "Nope, this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't be doing this."
So do you base him off of his comic mostly for that?
Yeah, because I feel like they kind of split T'Challa when they did the MCU. Like, I feel like we got a really good T'Challa and Chadwick Boseman, but at the same time, like, his intellect kind of passed off to Shuri to make Shuri the character that she is. And so, like, I was watching somebody on YouTube or whatever, kind of like breaking down some spoilers or possible spoilers for Secret Wars and whatnot. And they were saying, you know, if Chadwick was still here, this would be like Mr. Fantastic and T'Challa working on this together. And I'm like, no, it still wouldn't be that, because they didn't make T'Challa that type of character in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been Mr. Fantastic and Shuri still doing it. So
yeah, maybe like he could still like be included in the story, but yeah, he is. I want to say in the ranking, because Marvel used to do this where they put out like the ranking of like who the most powerful characters in the MCU, or not MCU, but the Marvel universe are, and who's the smartest people and all that stuff. Obviously, Reed's number 1. I want to say T'Challa was number 2. Hank Pym's number 3.
Really?
Yeah. No, T'Challa is like very smart because he like Wakanda is the most advanced city on Earth.
So see, like that, obviously didn't get that from his movies.
Yeah, no.
That he was smart at all, really.
Yeah. We've mentioned that in the past about how like they kind of passed that on to Shuri.
Yeah. And you only got one movie too. Like, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
in all honesty, like you can't really count, Infinity War and stuff like that
Yeah.
as a T'Challa style movie.
True.
Yeah. If you're done, I will go with my pick, and I have a feeling y'all are not going to know who the fuck this person is. I decided to go with anime,
Okay.
and I picked One Punch Man.
I
His name is
do not know him.
Yeah, his name is Saitama or Saitama, depending on how you want to pronounce his name. It's kind of like a satirical, like, comment on like Dragon Ball Z and these like, Naruto, all these kind of like characters, My Hero Academia, where they get like this incredible power, and then there's this weird like power scaling as the series goes on. This guy starts off where he can defeat any person with one punch, which is why he's called One Punch Man. He is goofy looking. He wears a green, or not green. I don't know why I said green. He wears a yellow like onesie with red gloves and a cape. He's bald because he worked out so much that he went bald from working out. So he trained so hard that he is bald.
I'm so using that excuse from now on.
He eventually, like, I haven't watched the entire series, but he eventually, like, he kind of gets depressed because he can't, like, he just beats everybody with one punch. So he tries to figure out ways of beating them without using one punch. So, like, one of his moves, I think, is called, like, 100 mediocre punches or something like that. But yeah, there's been lots of debate of like who would win in a fight, One Punch Man or Superman, or One Punch Man and Goku, or One Punch Man and Hulk, or stuff like that. So anyway, I decided to pick One Punch Man.
All right then.
This is Dumbledore for me again. I sure. Yeah.
This is why I said y'all wouldn't know who the fuck this was.
I recognize the character, but I've never watched any of it.
Yeah.
So honestly, I thought you were going to go One Piece, and I was like, oh, I've actually watched the first episode of that. That was it.
No, not One Piece. No.
All right. Getting into the top 3. So for third place with Dude Perfect, Robin.
Ooh, Robin.
And so this one, I remember his debate on this one. His reasoning was that Robin can do everything that Batman can do without having all the fancy stuff. Like all the money and the mansion and all that kind of stuff.
But he has all the money in the mansion and all that stuff.
I agree, because he is in my honorable mentions, specifically because there's, 6 different Robins. I picked Dick Grayson Robin, aka Nightwing, because he is essentially just Batman, but he is less morally gray. And that's why he is in my honorable mention.
Okay.
You spoiled that.
I know. Well, I had to. We were talking about it.
We were so close. So close.
He's not my number 1. I'll say that. You don't know what ranking he is in my honorable mentions.
So my third place is Captain America.
Okay.
So I really like him. He's one of my favorites. I've always liked his stuff. And he's like I know he's still mostly human.
Yeah.
He's just got the heightened abilities kind of thing. So just him being able to hang with everybody else still is pretty cool.
My beef with Captain America has always been like, you're not a really good like advocate against steroids. Like that's like
It's funny.
Yeah.
I've never really liked him. I like the Chris Evans version, and that's about it. Like in the comics, I don't really like him. I like when he interacts with other people, but I'm not going to go out and read a Captain America book. I don't really like his power, I wouldn't even say his power, his gimmick of like throwing the shield kind of thing. It works better for the movies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I
And
do think it's a solid pick. I mean, he's definitely like a stand-up guy.
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
no, absolutely.
So-
He's the Superman of Marvel, essentially.
right,
Like,
right.
as far
yeah.
as morals go, like
right.
Yeah, and that's really what's mine's based off of is Chris Evans stuff, just the MCU stuff. So.
yeah.
Cool. Let's see. We're at 3.
Mhm.
Well, I went a total opposite way from you, Jeremy. I picked Matt Murdock himself, the Daredevil, as my top 3 pick. I mean, again, we go back to the religious aspect of it, his constant going back and forth with that.
Yeah.
I do think maybe there's a little bit of vengeance there because, you know, his whole dad getting murdered and stuff like that, and that's why he kind of went into it. But
Mhm.
he also doesn't aim to like necessarily like he doesn't want to kill anybody. He just wants to protect his city. He just wants to protect his neighborhood. So
It's 2 blocks of New York.
right. I mean, it's one man that's blind. Come on, give him a break here. Jeez,
He's blind-ish.
blind. I'll give you that.
No, I honestly, he was in my top picks as well. I forget what ranking I had him at, but I nixed him because he is considered a hero. He is not officially considered as an anti-hero, but he, like Batman, is just too close to that edge that I wanted
He
to
is
be.
close.
Like, my picks are truly like lawful good
Heroes.
people. Yeah. My number 3 is Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Nice pick.
Okay.
I love Miles. I think he is one of the legacy characters that truly has earned the title to where I feel like they should just retire Peter and do stuff with Miles. He has the cooler powers. He can go invisible. He can do his like venom stinging and all that stuff. I like Miles. I think he's really cool. I especially like him in most all forms of media except for current comics because they just don't know what to fucking do with him because they have Peter.
I feel like they jubileed him in current comics. Like
Yeah.
he's a vampire now, if I remember
Yeah.
right. I don't know if he's got over that or not. And it's just like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah. Well, it's because they have Peter. So they're like, I don't know what to do with Miles. It annoys me.
It'd be correct. I don't know. I could be completely wrong with this because I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I do like Miles. Out of all the Spider-Man, Miles is probably my favorite. It'd be kind of cool, I think. And I'd be interested to read this if they did like a Batman Beyond with Peter and Miles. Where it was like Peter's pretty much
Well, they-
retired.
Oh, okay.
They
and like he sits back and he's the man in the chair for
Oh,
Miles.
I see. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was about to say they did like that's what Spider-Man 2099 essentially is. And then at some point, Miguel O'Hara comes, I think, to I forget. They're like somehow he comes to current day, and then him and Peter go to 2099 to deal with stuff, which is very like Batman Beyond
Hmm.
kind of thing. But anyway, it's not a great story to be honest with you. But yeah, no, I would be cool for that, honestly. Like Pete, I think we're gonna get that in the third Sony game, is like Pete's more of the mentor and Miles is the main character now.
That'd be cool.
All right. Okay. So run. Sorry. Yeah. I
I
had
forget where you were.
Yeah. Runner up for their top hero. So number 2 for Dude Perfect's heroes, Superman.
Yeah. I mean, it's Superman. Like I said,
Yeah.
it was hard for me not to put him on the list, but
Mhm.
yeah, I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's another one that I just figured I mean, he's got to, when you're doing this for people like a crowd, like we've been saying, you got to have Superman in there. He's going to be in there.
I mean, he's the archetype for all superheroes, so obviously he should make the list. Ironically, he didn't make my top 10, so
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of surprised it didn't make their number 1 as well. So
yeah.
Yeah.
that's kind of surprising to me.
My number 2 would easily beat the Dude Perfect's number 2 in the booty. My number 2 is Goku.
I knew you were going to do that. Your number 2 pick is the reason why I think I picked Saitama, because I think Saitama is the only person that would absolutely spank Goku.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites. I love Dragon Ball Z stuff. I almost like whenever I was talking to my wife about it, and she was like, "You sure you didn't want Gohan?" I was like, "No, because Gohan, he's just a big crybaby. He needs just he needs his little pillow, and then he can just
Jesus
go.
Christ. How dare
down.
he show emotions?
Well, it's just,
I had Vegeta picked higher on the list,
Ah.
but we threw out anti-heroes. So I was like, well, shit.
I thought you said vagina there for a
Nope.
second.
Nope.
no,
Nope, Vegeta. Close though. It's like fajita.
That's true.
Vaginas.
Yeah.
Fajitas.
yeah.
God bless. I need to move on.
Don't be gross, Tammy.
My number 2 has a famous line with, "Who does number 2 work for?"
Oh my god, really?
And that's awesome. No, I'm just playing.
Okay. I was like, what?
I just thought about that. I was like, that'd be great. Put him at number 2, Austin Powers. No, I chose Splinter from the Ninja Turtles. That's my number 2 pick.
Ah.
I mean, training Ninja Turtles, I don't feel like you can use a single turtle, but them as a group and then with Splinter, like at the head, like Splinter.
Yeah.
I had to go
Ah,
Splinter.
man, that's a good pick. I didn't even. I feel really bad now that I did not consider any of the turtles. Man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that pick too.
So I wanted to pick Molecule Man, but again, not a hero. So I picked the next best thing, in my opinion, which is Adam Eve from Invincible.
Oh, okay.
Because she essentially has the same powers, and I think that power set is one of the coolest powers ever. Like, she can literally do anything. Like, she is
Yeah.
so powerful. I know technically, what is it, Firestorm? I forget the DC version, the guy that's like 2 people that merge into one. Is it Firestorm?
Oh, yeah, Firestorm. Yeah, Firestorm.
He technically has molecule manipulation as well, but he doesn't look as cool to me as Adam Eve does. So
I like that pick. Adam Eve's cool, a pretty cool character, pretty cool chick. I kind of like, I don't know, maybe he's, I don't know that he's necessarily a anti-hero though, but like I was kind of thinking of like Dr. Manhattan. That guy.
oh,
there.
that dude is absolutely an anti-hero.
Is he absolutely?
Yeah. That whole universe is an anti-hero.
That's true. I'll give you that. I wanted Rorschach so bad. That's one of my favorites. But I knew I couldn't pick him.
No.
There's
Yeah.
no.
All right. So we finally arrived to top number 1 pick of heroes.
But before that,
We're going to go to
You
it.
want to do your honorable mentions before?
isn't that what we decided?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you want to do it
So-
after?
No, let's do
No,
it
no.
now. Let's make them
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, we just tickled their ass with the feather right now.
exactly. Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
All right. So, and I didn't know we were doing honorable mentions, so I'm going to let Richard and Michael go first. While I think of honorable mentions, probably won't be very many, but you know.
I'll go. I'll do mine first. My honorable mentions, I didn't have like a top 10 honorable mentions. I just had 4. Starting at number 4 is, honestly, I wanted to make number 1, but he doesn't really have any powers, but I consider him the GOAT. And it's Samwise Gamgee of Lord of the Rings. Motherfucker, if he wasn't around, that ring would still be on Frodo's fucking hand.
Yeah.
Are you talking like Sam from like Sam and Frodo?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I call him Frito and Ham.
No.
So
yeah,
like
well,
I.
that's because you have mental issues. There are doctors for that, Michael.
Sam. Okay. Golly.
So, I'll play off of that one real quick because, like, one of the ones that I was thinking about is kind of going with being a supporter like that. And I was back and forth on, and it was doing my number 5 with Dumbledore, is Hermione Granger. Because,
I like that
If it
pick
w-
way better than Dumbledore.
yeah, and because if it wasn't for her,
Oh, absolutely.
they would have just died
Yeah.
within like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Right.
no, yeah. If it wasn't for her, fucking Voldemort would have won like 15 books ago.
So, yeah, that was one of the ones I was kind of going back and forth on.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, Dumbledore's whatever, but
Yeah.
like Hermione, I think is the goat of that story. In my opinion.
I don't know. I like Luna better. She's just funny to me.
Yeah, she is.
My number 3 pick is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I was
the
so
creator
close.
of one of the greatest villains of all time.
Yeah. I was so close to doing a Star Wars character too. So
It's not because I think he's the GOAT. He's just, again, I mostly picked lawful good characters. In my
Yeah.
opinion, he is a lawful good character.
yeah, I like that one.
The last 2 picks aren't really that interesting. Number 2 is Nightwing. I've mentioned why. I think he's basically Batman, but better, in my opinion, as far as morals go. And number 1 is the archetype for all superheroes. It's Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Solid list. Solid
Yeah.
honorable mentions. I didn't put mine in order. And I actually had 2 of them are ones you've already mentioned. So, but one, I wrote down Storm. I really like her. I mean, you don't just become leader of the X-Men for no good reason. And Storm is one. I just couldn't get past the whole claustrophobia thing. That seems to be a really big deal for her. And I couldn't put her as greatest hero because of that. That was
Aren't
it.
you
That was the only reason.
claustrophobic?
I absolutely am. And I'm not on this list either. I got Scott Summers on here, Cyclops, but he's got a thing for women. And he's a bitch sometimes, so I couldn't put him on the.
He also, like, they've kind of turned him into an anti-hero as time went on in the comics.
Yeah,
So that's why I didn't even pick Scott. Like, Scott technically, like, if we're going like 90, like the cartoon Scott, he absolutely is like a morally, like, good character.
right.
But comic book, he murdered freaking Professor Xavier, and like he's joined up with Magneto at some point. So like
Right.
he's kind of like an anti-hero now.
Yeah, I wasn't going comic book Scott. I was going X-Men 97.
I gotcha.
Animated series, like just better known Scott than
Yeah.
what they've done with him recently.
Mhm.
Well, recently, the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Nightwing, I agree with you, and I think a lot of people talk about Nightwing and how he's, a better Batman than Batman and all this other jazz. I couldn't put him on the list. I couldn't think of him necessarily better than Batman because I feel like when it comes to detective work, like Bruce is still the GOAT when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But as far as being a leader and using resources, I do think Dick has the edge on him on that.
Mhm.
So, yeah, but I still couldn't, I still couldn't put him ahead. And then my wife mentioned this person, and I was like, yes, I actually absolutely got to put her as a honorable mention, and she said Betty White. So,
Is your wife Ryan Reynolds?
yes, that's where I get my dark humor from.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
I have some unhonorable mentions. I don't, it's not that interesting. It's mostly just people I wanted to have on my list, but then we mentioned no anti-heroes. And I'll just go through them quickly. Number 4 is James Howlett, aka Wolverine.
Yep.
Number 3 is Frank Castle, aka the
Yeah.
Punisher. And number 2 is Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. And number 1 is Batman.
That's nice. That's solid.
Yeah.
I probably would have had Stephen Strange on mine.
I was wondering if you were going to put Strange or not, because
I-
he's one of those that I feel like is like, he's just on that knife's edge.
I feel like for Strange, it goes into more selfish things, and
Mm.
like he's constantly battling that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason I did not even consider him for this list. Because like I feel like one of the things of being like a good hero, a great hero, is like the selfishness has to leave.
Right.
And so that's like Steven's constant battle.
Yeah, because I that one kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Like I would not have thought of him as being an anti-hero, and that's more. Well, I mean, you haven't gotten like a whole lot on him in the movies, but
I think we're going to see
Yeah.
more of that for the Secret Wars stuff. I think we're going to see his more morally gray side in Secret Wars.
Yeah, they were hitting a lot at it with Multiverse of Madness. Like it hit a lot at it.
Oh
There.
yeah, with him doing the dream walking and all that stuff. And
Yeah, well, that and like
the dark
just
hold.
the different versions of him and how they've turned out.
Mhm.
Like they were hinting a lot at how morally gray he is. And I don't consider Stephen Strange to be a anti-hero, but it was, like I said, it was the whole him battling selfishness. Like, I don't think if I'm gonna count claustrophobia, like I can't.
No,
I can't do selfishness.
I'm saying I think you should have included him instead of V. Like I think Steven is more of a easier pick than V. Like V is clearly to me more of an anti-hero than Steven is, but to each their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So number ones, right? We're ready back to that.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, you're running the show.
Okay. All right. So Dude Perfect's winner for number one top hero, Baby Jack Jack. And I was like, that's, I don't know. It doesn't, they're just basically, that's getting like a crowd hype type thing because everybody's all like, so, but I get that his powers are almost like unlimited, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah, he's essentially like the morph of the Incredibles, where he can just turn into anybody and use any power.
Yeah. But he hasn't done anything. Like, I mean, as far as...
Well, that's because he's a baby.
He kicked that raccoon's ass.
How can you...
That's funny. I forgot about that little short.
But I mean, like, how can you base like what kind of hero he's going to be whenever he hasn't even done anything?
He murdered Syndrome. I just want to point that out as a baby.
Yeah, he did.
Syndrome did that to himself.
No,
that was a casualty of war.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was like a Rube Goldbergian moment where, like, if Jack hadn't done that certain thing, Syndrome would not have died.
Yeah, well, no capes.
Anyway, I'll talk about that off podcast. It's a long. We've gone over our hour limit, and it's a whole like thing that someone discovered recently about the whole no capes thing. Anyway, it's not important.
I got you. That's funny. If anybody from the freaking Incredibles is getting on this list, by God, it is Frozone. I'm just letting you know right here. Like, Frozone is the man.
Yeah, he was cool. Which they debated, talked about him whenever they were talking about Elsa. So yeah,
he ruined date night to go save the city. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I like Mrs. Incredible, like Elastigirl's powers, because I think she's like cooler than Reed. Like she used them cooler, but that's just me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I understand the Jack thing because it's kids. And he essentially has like all the powers, so it's kind of an easy pick. And as you were like saying, it's like they probably picked that to get a rile from the crowd.
Yeah.
Well, the name Jack. I mean, how can you go against that?
I don't even know what you mean.
Jack. Come on.
Yeah, I mean it's Jack.
But it's Jack.
Okay. I'm still not seeing what you're saying there.
Okay. So, ready for my top winner?
Sure.
My number one for top 10 heroes is Captain Marvel.
For our listeners, he held up an action figure. I don't even want to know what you do with that action figure. I'm hoping. I have a feeling that's not the kids, and that's your own personal.
Oh man,
Captain Marvel.
I will say this: it's a solid pick. She's really powerful. She is typically in the comic books. She is a lawful good type character.
Yeah.
The movies. Maybe I'm trying to think. Did she do anything like morally gray in those? I don't think she did.
No,
I don't think so.
No, I think I'm just thinking of Nick Fury. I think I'm confusing her movies with Secret Invasion. But
don't do that.
Yeah, I think that's like. I will say this: I didn't like the first movie. Obviously, we've said that to we're blue in the face, but I think that's a solid pick.
Yeah. Yeah, character wise. Yeah. Now, Brie Larson, that's a whole nother story. But
Nah. That'd be great.
I think it's more great that I didn't see that coming for some reason. That's, I think, the best part about this.
Yeah.
I totally should have.
Yeah.
I totally should have.
I figured as much. I was not expecting the action figure, so that took me by surprise.
Oh, that's funny. For my number one pick, I went with a Green Lantern, and it is Hal Jordan. I think he is the GOAT, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's a solid pick. He's the greatest Green Lantern that ever lived, so why not?
Yeah.
Mine's kind of anticlimactic. I think y'all all knew where it was coming from. Y'all saw it a mile away, even before the anti-hero pick. But my top number one pick is Alf.
What?
No, I'm kidding. It's Peter Parker from Of course, it's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility. He's my guy. As much as I love Miles, and Miles has the cooler powers and all this stuff, Pete always has a special place in my heart. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's hard to not put him on a list like this, for great superheroes. So
yes. It was so hard you didn't even do it.
I succeeded. I didn't do Batman. I didn't do Superman. I didn't do Spider-Man. I didn't do any Spider-Mans.
You did do
I'm
V,
just saying.
though.
I did do V.
I'm gonna keep giving you shit about V.
we can replace him with Neo.
Yes.
I threw Neo out there. I'm fine replacing V with Neo if that's what we need to do.
I'm just saying, I feel like with your honorable mention of Stephen Strange, I feel like it was an easy just swap him out kind of thing.
I'm telling you, it was the way that I was coming at V. You're going against the government. Of course, you're going to be breaking the law. So, fight the power, man. I don't know what to tell you.
So there you go. There's our top 10 versus Dude Perfect's top 10. Still obviously
Dude,
up for
not so perfect top 10.
Yeah. Definitely that. So I thought it would be fun. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Had a nice little debate going.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I got a good laugh.
Yeah.
Surely they got a good laugh.
Yeah. I hope so.
Richard laughed some. It's always good to see him rattling.
I'm mostly sweaty right now. It's hot up here.
Let's get Richard out of here before he bakes.
Yes.
So next week we'll be doing Fantastic Four, the new movie.
Oh, no. I didn't have it ready.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that one. That's the one we're doing. So come back for that. In the meantime, Jeremy, where can I find you at?
They can find me on Twitch under the handle Night Fury GTO. That's Night with a K. And you can find me here.
And you spelled it wrong.
Yeah. I'm just going to change it now. Be Toothless.
You really should. Yeah, you really should change it.
Toothless GTO.
Yeah, I don't think that necessarily has the same ring to it.
Richard, where can they find you at?
If you want to contact me directly, I have an X, the platform formerly known as Twitter and Instagram, a Blue Skies, and a Threads. My handle is Night Curry, night like day and night, and Curry with a K. If you want to contact us directly, we have a Gmail. Our Gmail is comicallycomicspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to check us out on YouTube, possibly TikTok, we'll see, and Instagram, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics Podcast. And if you want to check us out on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, you can check us out under the name Comically Comics with an X. I haven't heard it in so long now.
You can find me on Instagram, eBay, Shortbox22_comics. You can also find me on YouTube at 22 Comics. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did making it. With all being said, say goodbye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye, Jeremy. Bye.
Let that be a lesson to evildoers everywhere. Never underestimate the power of underwear.
You want to explain yourself? Grab that towel right there, please. Wrap it around yourself, and please sit in that stool.